Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor. We are here with another Alliance War video, and today ISO8A is going to be taking on one, or the chosen one, and this is the last war of season 31. This is war number 12, and if I finish this war without dying, we have a deathless season. The last time I had a deathless season was my first season with ASR, which was the season that we won first place overall. And yeah, really looking to do that again, especially after I had a little bit of an off season last season, and I died 3 times, which is the most I died in the previous 9 seasons now, including this one. So yeah, we have the team of Kingpin, Hood, and Quake. So every single war this season, I brought either Kingpin or Mole Man. I brought Mole Man 9 times, and I brought Kingpin twice. So he is going to be the one to clutch out the deathless season, although technically he doesn't have our last fights. Quake has our last 2 fights, but I actually did count, and I had enough energy to finish all of my fights this war in one boosting session, which was super nice. And due to that, I'm going to boost to the absolute max with a 20% attack, 30% green, and a 25% health boost, plus a 200% skill boost power back, 12% special damage increase for skill, a 33% SP3 resistance boost, and an invulnerability boost. So I literally could not physically be more boosted than this. So we're going to land a heavy attack, land a nice stand-up intercept, which I'm going to do for this whole fight. My confidence is just through the roof here. I don't think I've ever been more confident in Alliance War. I was just cruising. I'm going to do the light attack and then do a heavy attack, land a nice stand-up intercept, landed another intercept there, got him to 10, going to hit him into his block once. I did that so that I did not have to end a combo leaving him at an L2, because sometimes the spacing can mess me up, and because the special 2s are unblockable, I can eat it. So I countered the SP2 with a heavy to remove the protection, waited for a second to make sure that Thing's ability protection did not show up. It did not, so I throw my L3. It does a lot of damage, gets me back to my L1, but we still have a decent amount of health to take it down, so I land a nice intercept there. Trying to get him to throw a special. He does end one combo to my block, but I did not react fast enough, so I did make him do it a second time. So I'm down to 97%. That is the only stand-up intercept I missed, but luckily he goes for a heavy attack. And then right here, I'm just going to bait out the end of a combo and kill him. So very, very nice fight with Kingpin. Just over a minute, minute 20, minute 15 with how late the timer, or with how early the timer starts before the fight even starts. It starts like 3 seconds before. But we have this Hitmonkey now on the second node. Invulnerability boost is still up. So my strategy for this fight was to not knock him down until I get to an L3. And then once I get to an L3, he's pretty much just dead. So despite the resistance, we're actually doing a decent amount of damage. But Hitmonkey also has, like, I think he's bottom 3 health pool in the game or something like that. Maybe he's even second lowest, because I think Rocket's still lowest. Could be wrong about that. But right here, I knew that my next combo would probably get me to an L3 with the increased power combat power rate. It didn't quite, but I'm just going to push to this 1 L1, bait it out, and then I'm going to parry heavy. And now, because the heavy attack removed the shrug off, my L3 stun is going to stick. So I can just go in right here, right after the stun. I took a second just to make sure the stun was there, and then I go in and finish the fight with my L2. And there we go. That fight's down in under a minute. Another nice fight. And we've got one more fight with Kingpin that I'm going to do. And that is going to be on Path 9, Section 2, which is the Hazard Shift, Bleed, and Shock. And on the first node here, we have a Dr. Doom. There was one guy in my alliance who took this fight, and it was a rank 4 Dr. Doom. So I kind of had an idea of how I wanted the fight to go. But another guy, when I asked about tips, or I asked to see video of the fight, a guy said that because of Doom's high attack rating, I is probably smarter, even with one eye open, to take the reflected damage on one light attack. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to parry, wait a second, have one light attack connect during the stun, and then the rest of my combo happen after, and I actually take less damage than if I would have baited out a heavy attack. So, very good strategy, and I only use it the one time, but I think that was a very good way to control the beginning of that fight, and often kind of an overlooked thing, especially with a champion like Kingpin who regenerates. And right here, we're just trying to get Doom to throw that L1. He's actually pretty nice about it. Another thing about this fight is that the person placed with absolutely no Mystic Dispersion. Now, I actually wanted them to have 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion. I believe it would have made the fight a little easier, just because I wouldn't have had to go for intercepts or stuff like that. But luckily, this fight goes so well that... Excuse me. That I didn't have to worry about it, and we end that fight with a full yellow bar. I don't know why I'm yawning. It's literally 1:35. It's 25 minutes before this Alliance War ends. I don't know why I'm yawning. I'm not tired. Been awake for like 5 hours. But anyways, more than 5 hours. Been awake like 6 hours. But next fight. That's all my Kingpin fights, actually. So now it's just 2 Quake fights. First up is this Bishop on the second node of Path 9, Section 2. So we Quake Bishop the normal way, which is just to back into your own corner before you start holding heavy. And that's just because Bishop's light attack range is so short that he likes to whiff light attacks. So you just, if you're in the corner, he doesn't whiff light attacks. Also, this node has, I believe the node's called Nerves of Steel. I think that's what it's called, where it has the armor up passives and you remove them by hitting into his block. But Quake's damage is unaffected by armor ups. Her damage is physical damage, which means that it would have to be a physical resist passive in order for it to affect her damage, so we're completely fine. And that fight goes down. Did take quite a while. Now there, I probably could have landed a heavy attack during that last stun and it would have killed him. But there, just being safe, so I did one extra combo, or one extra cycle with Quake. And that fight goes down really nice. And I have one fight left on my season, and it is this Mysterio on kinetic transference in the node where they get an indestructible buff when the attacker reaches 2 bars of power. So I threw on a third invulnerability boost, my third of the war, and I'm invulnerable for literally every fight. And we're just going to Quake this, and this is a super straightforward Quake fight. I do end up making one mistake. It's not after this cycle, it's after the next cycle, so let's just see that right here. Yeah, it's after this cycle. I'm going to let off a heavy attack. That was, I don't know what that was. That was just a small mistake, but I would have to make 3 of those mistakes in order to be in absolutely any risk using Quake. And 2 more Quake cycles, and this fight is down. I am running Max Assassin. I actually used my defensive masteries this whole Alliance War on attack. The only difference is that when I place my defensive masteries, I place them before putting the points into Glass Cannon, and then immediately after that, I put the points into Glass Cannon so that I can use it for the remainder of the day and the next Alliance War, assuming I don't have to switch off and turn my masteries into suicides, which I didn't. And that's it. That is the Deathless season. Now, this is my 5th attempt recording this. The first 4, the quality has been low, so I really hope that the quality is good here. I said, let's go Deathless season. I should have said, let's go Deathless season, but you guys know what I meant. That was really loud. But we did beat 1. The war is already over. It was over like 2 hours ago. This is an old screenshot. But the final score was 8-18. So, not a great attacker bonus, but we didn't have to. At this point, we already knew that we didn't have a shot at top 3. Going into the war, we did have a decent shot, but unfortunately, Kenobi upset GT40, which no one was really expecting. So Kenobi, we weren't able to pass Kenobi. In addition, we needed TCN to beat XK9, and they choked, and they did not. So unfortunate. But we're going to end in 5th place. So the leaderboard is going to be GT40 in 1st, Kenobi in 2nd, XK9 in 3rd, DSVG in 4th, and us in 5th. Our war record was 8-3. The 3 alliances we lost to were ASR, TCN, and Matrix. All alliances that ranked below us. We only faced one alliance that ranked above us, which was DSVG, and we did beat them. But unfortunately, they had better attack bonus with an identical record to ours. So they are ahead of us. And our death total is 0. We had a deathless season, like I said, the first time in a few seasons. So I'm very, very happy to get the deathless season. PSR was 60 out of 60. Now, normally 60 is the average for like the average person in each battle group, because there's 50 defenders divided by 10 is 5 times 12 is 60. But because there was one war that was skipped, there was only 11 wars this season, which means the average is 55. So I actually took 5 more fights than the average. I just wanted to do a shout out to everyone that helped out in all of ISO8A this season, especially Quart and Titan Uranus, who did paths for BG2. Both of you did incredible jobs. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to next season with ISO8A. I am currently on a deathless streak of 89, which is over the course of 19 wars, but 18 full wars. And that is including the war that was skipped. So technically it's over the course of 18 wars and a total of 17 wars. But you know what I meant. Because I just counted the 4th war because this is War 12. You know what I meant. So yeah, looking forward to next season. We have a good shot. I really think we have a good enough team to have a shot at top 3. But that is going to be all. I will see you guys in the next one. And I will have an Alliance War season opening video coming out in a few days. See you later. Bye.